Hey, Shrock, being that this is still summer and we talked about a lot of cases lately on the
Okay.
water, this is another one that talks about the water, but dark waters. This is the tragedy of Natalie Wood, and of course, Hollywood, or famous actress, and her husband, Robert Wagner,
Oh, nice
famous
couple.
actor. So for the younger people, you may not know who they are, but the older people will know exactly who this is. But either way, check out this. It's still kind of a mysterious circumstance, mysterious case, and what really happened. We'll get into it right now.
Hey, where have you been?
I was out fishing on a boat.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Well, I'm glad you're back safe, as the case we are covering is about a celebrity tragedy that occurred on the water.
Look what I caught.
Oh.
Ugh.
Is right.
She should have went stinky, stinky.
Yeah, fish does smell.
Well, just to introduce ourselves,
It's your girl, Shua.
and I'm Ed. And before we get into the Natalie Wood case,
Yes, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and always be kind to everyone, friends, family, strangers.
everyone, everywhere, but we really appreciate you guys. So again, we're talking about Natalie Wood, Dark Waters, and that's Dark Waters.
Interesting.
For sure. So we're going to talk about all this that's leading up. And this is going to be one where we definitely want to hear from you in terms of what you think really happened on that night. So let's see what's going on here. So let's give some background. We got Crime Force team, our AI investigation team. They're not only just AI created, but they gather some information using the AI tools and present it to us. So let's check it out.
As we dive into this case, it's probably a good idea to briefly discuss who is Natalie Wood and Robert Wagner. Many may not be familiar with these celebrities. Natalie Wood, born Natalia Nikolaevna Zakharenko on July 20, 1938, died November 29, 1981, was an American actress who became a Hollywood icon. She was known for her versatility, beauty, and on-screen presence, transitioning from a successful child star to an acclaimed adult actress. Here are some of her career highlights. Child star, gained fame at age 8 in Miracle on 34th Street, 1947.
Remember that?
Teen success, nominated for an Oscar for Rebel Without a Cause, 1955, starring alongside James Dean. Hollywood icon, starred in classics
I
like
love
West
that.
Side Story, 1961, and Splendor in the Grass, 1961. Academy Award nominations, 3 Oscar nominations for Rebel Without a Cause, Splendor in the Grass, and Love with a Proper Stranger, 1963. Now on to Robert Wagner. Robert Wagner, born February 10, 1930, is an American actor
My
known
mom
for
loves
his long
him.
Hollywood career spanning over 7 decades.
Great act.
He gained fame through TV shows and films, but his personal life, particularly his marriage to Natalie Wood and the controversy surrounding her death, has also kept him in the spotlight. Here are some of his career highlights. Classic film roles, starred in movies like A Kiss Before Dying, 1956, The Pink Panther, 1963,
love that.
and Harper, 1966. TV fame, best known for his lead roles in It Takes a Thief, 1968 to 1970, Switch, 1975 to 1978, and Heart to Heart, 1979 to 1984, a hit detective series with Stephanie Powers. Some of his later roles, played Dr. Evil's sidekick, number 2, in the Austin Powers films, 1997 to 2002. Natalie Wood was married to Robert Wagner twice. They first married in 1957 but divorced in 1962. They later reconciled and remarried in 1972, staying together until her mysterious death in 1981. First marriage, 1957 to 1962. They were Hollywood's golden couple, but their marriage ended in divorce, reportedly due to career pressures and personal struggles. Second marriage,
Happens a lot.
1972 to 1981. After spending a decade apart, they rekindled their love and remarried, raising their daughters Natasha, Wood's daughter from a previous relationship, and Courtney, their daughter together.
That was good background. So in case you don't know who they are, that was a good summary.
And I just want to say nostalgia. Yes, that brought back, I don't know if I'm giving my age away, but I definitely loved those movies back.
I know what you're talking about. I'm really young, so I know what you're talking about.
You can they still play now on the old channels.
So the night Natalie Wood died, that sounds like a song, November 29th, 1981. So let's get into what happened here.
On the evening of November 28th, 1981, Natalie Wood, Robert Wagner, Christopher Walken, and the boat's captain Dennis Davern were aboard Wagner and Wood's yacht, Splendor, anchored off Catalina Island, California. The events leading to Wood's mysterious drowning remain unclear, and various accounts have fueled speculation about Wagner's possible involvement. Now onto the timeline of events. Early evening. The group had dinner at Doug's Harbor Reef, a restaurant on Catalina Island. Witnesses said Wood drank heavily and seemed tense or upset. They returned to the yacht sometime after 10 p.m. Arguments on the yacht. Back on Splendor, witnesses, including Captain Davern, reported a heated argument between Wagner and Walken. The topic of the argument was allegedly Wood's career. Walken reportedly encouraged her to focus on acting, which Wagner took as criticism of their marriage. Wagner was seen smashing a wine bottle, saying, "Are you trying to F my wife?" Walken went to bed after the argument, while Wagner and Wood continued arguing. Natalie's disappearance. Sometime before midnight, Wood was no longer on the yacht. Wagner later claimed that she must have taken the yacht's dinghy, small boat, to shore. However, Wood was terrified of water and unlikely to leave alone at night. Davern claimed Wagner delayed calling for help, only alerting authorities at 1:30 a.m., hours after she went missing. The body was discovered November 29th, 1981. Around 8 a.m., Wood's body was found floating face down about a mile from the yacht. She was wearing a flannel nightgown, socks, and a red down jacket. The dinghy was found nearby, untouched, suggesting she did not try to escape in it.
Dun 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 dun. So the dinghy was there, so what do you think?
I don't know, this is curious.
Kind of curious. Doesn't seem like an accident. Maybe, maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think it was an accident, of course. I'm going to say that.
Well, we'll talk about the investigation, Wagner's possible involvement, because, seems a little sketchy to me. What do you guys think?
1981 initial ruling, accidental drowning. The coroner ruled Wood's death, accidental drowning. The theory, she fell overboard while trying to secure the dinghy, possibly slipping due to intoxication. The case was closed, but many doubted the official story.
Yes.
2011 reopening of the case. Captain Dennis Davern changed his story, saying he believed Wagner was responsible for Wood's death. He claimed Wagner was furious with Wood that night and delayed the search for her. Wood's sister, Lana Wood, also pushed for a new investigation, insisting Wagner knew more than he admitted. 2012, coroner changes cause of death. Wood's death certificate was changed from accidental to undetermined factors. The autopsy revealed bruises on her body and arms, which were not initially explained. Experts suggested she may have been involved in a struggle before drowning. 2018, Wagner named a person of interest. The L.A. County Sheriff's Department named Robert Wagner a person of interest, stating he was the last person with Wood before she disappeared. Detectives said Wagner never cooperated fully and gave conflicting statements over the years. However, no charges were ever filed. Now on to theories about Wagner's role. Number 1, accidental drowning, official story in 1981.
Nope. I don't think
Wood
so.
slipped and fell into the water while trying to secure the dinghy. Alcohol and calm ocean conditions contributed to the accident. Number 2, argument gone wrong, suspicious circumstances. Wagner and Wood were arguing violently, and he may have pushed her in a moment of rage. Witnesses
hit her.
reported hearing a woman yelling for help around that time. Wagner's delayed reaction to her disappearance raises suspicion.
Exactly.
And lastly, number 3, cover-up. Wagner may not have directly killed Wood, but he may have failed to help her or delayed calling for help, knowing she was in danger. Captain Davern claims he was pressured by Wagner to stay silent for decades.
Mm-hmm.
That is very, very
Interesting.
Like, yeah. Of course, I'm always think he's suspicious and something happened.
So, with all the history of that, going back to the 80s till now, this is a good question came up. Where do things stand today?
Oh, wow. That'd be good.
So let's see what happens as the latest that we know of.
Despite renewed investigations, no charges have been filed against Wagner.
Unbelievable.
He has denied any involvement and insists Wood's death was a tragic accident. Many, including Wood's sister Lana and Captain Davern, believe Wagner knows more than he has admitted.
Yes.
In March 2022, attorney Samuel Perrone submitted a petition to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner, requesting a new coroner's inquest based on evidence he claimed to have uncovered during a 5-year investigation. As of February 2025, the investigation into Natalie Wood's 1981 death remains officially unsolved. In 2022, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department cleared Robert Wagner of involvement, stating, "All leads in the Natalie Wood case have been exhausted, and the case remains an open, unsolved case." Regarding Robert Wagner, he celebrated his 95th birthday on February 10th, 2025, maintaining an active lifestyle. His daughter, Natasha Gregson Wagner, shared a video of him engaging in a vigorous workout routine on his birthday. Despite ongoing public interest and various investigative efforts, the exact circumstances surrounding Natalie Wood's death remain a mystery.
Nope, sorry. So thank you, Crime Force. Great job again. That was really cool. Very, very cool. So I'm going to start this time really quickly, Shrock, and I'll have you talk after this, but real quick. I just want to get this thought out. So even in 2022, let's say they didn't clear him. The guy's like 92 years old. Like, what are you gonna do? Give him a few years? I mean, I know he's in great shape at 95 and still kicking, but still, I mean, in reality, he lived a full life. You know, I wonder if he'll say in his deathbed anything. But if he's cleared, what else happened? Do you think a dolphin just came up and grabbed her and pushed her over? I don't think she accidentally fell in. But what are your thoughts? Sure.
Yes, of course, we're gonna definitely. They seen a lot of argument, right? And I guess they had some argument, and I guess he was angry. So of course we're gonna think that, and that's what I think that he probably pushed her too. I mean, but I think it still could have been an accident, right? He didn't really probably want her to fall over until they. But when you're angry, you're not thinking, right? And you just when he pushed her, he probably's like, "Oh my goodness!"
He probably could have punched her if she had bruises or kicked her. Who knows?
Bruises, whatever the case is. But he definitely had some involvement of her death. But who's gonna say? I wouldn't squeal on myself and say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to spend the next 20 years in jail." You know, who would do that?
And what's really interesting is that, again, it takes let's just say allegedly he did it. I'm not saying he did, but then to go all those years, like go on with your business like nothing. Not that nothing happened, but how can you live with yourself? But the one person knows is God. So someday he'll have to.
Yeah,
go before him. But anyhow.
Exactly. And we don't know, like you said, he lived with himself. Who knows? He probably think about it all the time. I mean, who wouldn't think of something?
He probably visits him in his dreams. Because let's just say, for argument's sake, she did fall over. Let's go that route. And he didn't do anything. But he obviously abused her verbally and probably physically beforehand. So even though he may not have pushed her over, it wasn't a loving experience. And for him not to react, that really aided in the whole thing of maybe she could have survived. Maybe she would have been found. Who knows?
Right. But what's the question when they said, why did you take so long to actually report this? What was his answer?
I forgot what it said.
Yeah, because that is like one of the main keys right
Yeah.
there. Like, what did he say? Oh,
I could look it up if you can keep talking real quick. I can double check.
yes, I think a lot of the audience would like to know something like that, because I would say that if I was a detective, it's like, okay, you just reporting this now, and this happened like an hour ago, 2 hours ago. So that would be something that would be interesting. And to what he said, and his story kept changing. Remember that. So why your story was keep changing?
Yeah, Robert Wagner maintained that he did not immediately report his wife missing on the night because he initially thought that she had taken the dinghy out for a ride, which is lame because you could always take a look and see if the dinghy's there. So that doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
According to his accounts over the years, again, it just talks about
she's taking it.
that's all he said. He just said, "Oh, I just assumed she took the dinghy."
Did he had any bruises on him? Maybe she scratched him. Like sometimes you see some evidence on the guy.
No, I don't think he was looked as that. So again, real live time checking here. So it was in what Crime Force provided. I guess we just missed it, but that was his excuse. Oh, she just took a ding. But come on, give me a break. Okay, I think if you cared, and you could say he was upset, so he didn't care at the time, but really it takes 2 seconds to look at the dinghy. I don't know. That whole thing is sketchy to me.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'd like to know what you guys think.
Yeah, tell us what you think.
And come back and see us again. See Crime Force in action, providing us the information, which is cool. And we'd love it for you guys to come back and watch. If you could take one little extra step and subscribe and like, that'd be awesome. That really helps us out a lot. We'd really appreciate it. We do have memberships, but again, right now, we would just like to have you guys come join us as we walk through these interesting cases. Some are new, some are old, some are rare, some are not so much. But yeah, come see us.
Thank you for watching Studio 70.
Until next time, Studio 70. We're out. We'll see you next week.
Crime Force.